Hi everyone, welcome to another LaTeX tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to write a LaTeX code that allows you to show the right arrow that has a text either above or below, or both above and then below. All right, so let's get started. So I'll go to the LaTeX environment, which is here. I think I'll clear everything here and then we'll proceed. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. Once you are in the LaTeX environment, so it could be online or you could also have a local installed version. That's fine. So we are going to need a package, all right, which is called Math Tools. So I'll quickly start with the command to create the document. So that'll be the document class article. I'll just make it simple, all right, and then we are going to use this package called Math Tools. So I'll just say use package Math Tools. This is the package that will allow us to create that right arrow and then position the text above or below. All right, so that's what we are going to do. Now we are going to begin the document and then we are going to end it. So now we have our working space. So that's what we are going to do. We are going to cut to the chase. So to be able to write or display or input the right arrow, you will need this command, and that's what I'm going to show you. So first of all, we are going to bring our dollar, and our dollar, because there's math tools, so that means we have something to do with math. So we need to indicate our dollar before and after the code. All right. And then we are going to use /x right arrow. So LaTeX itself will suggest it for you. So we are using x right arrow. That's the syntax. All right. So it shows the syntax. So we have superscript and we have subscript and then superscript. So here superscript is what? Above. Subscript is below. So if you want just the superscript, which is above, this is how you do it. If you want it below as well, this is how you do it. So I'm going to give you all the tricks you need. So let's just pick it. So x right arrow, we are going to do this, and then we are going to proceed. So there's a trick with this approach. We are going to look at 3 instances. Now we are starting with both above and below. That's the first instance, or let's say, yeah, the first scenario. So here we bring our square brackets. All right. Now, if you are doing above and below, then what happens is that with the syntax, this square bracket you have here will contain the information that you want below. In other words, the subscripts. All right. So below, we are using the text below. So we will just say /text and I'll say below, because we want both. All right. This is how it's going to be. So below, and once we are done, we close and we move to the curly brackets. That's the other argument. And this one will contain the text above. All right. Or let's say superscript. So we will say /text above. Basically, this is how it's going to be done. And we bring the other curly bracket. So once we run this, all right, once we build and view, we should see the outputs. So let's run this. So when you run it, this is how it's going to look like. So you see how it is. All right. I can zoom in here for you to see. Let's see. So we have above and below. And so this syntax here, make sure that the first text or the first information or the whatever you want to appear below comes first, and then the one that should come above the right arrow comes second. So this is the syntax for it when you want some text or you want some characters above and below the right arrow. All right, now let's do with the second one, which is just above. If it's just above, it's different. I'll just bring something here. I'll just say a comma. I'll just bring that here. So if it's just above, again, your dollar, because we are dealing with some math elements. So again, /x, right arrow. And then what do we do? Here it says what? If it's x right arrow with just superscript, then all that we need is the curly brackets, this one here, because this is for above and this square is for below, subscript. All right, so again, if it's just this one, the above or less a superscript, then you only need the curly brackets component. So we will say, and then we put in our text. All right, so that's how it's going to be. So now we are going to run it and then we'll see how it appears. All right, so now you can see it here. I think I'll just bring it here. I'll clear this and maintain just that one so that we can see it clearly. All right, so now we see it here. So above, all right, right arrow. All right, so this is how it's done if you want the text or if you want that information to be above, or in other words, you want just the superscripts, then you only need the curly brackets. Now, if you want the subscripts, then we have to use the square brackets. So I'll just undo this. If you want just the subscripts, it's just the square component, and therefore I'll just bring that here. I'll clear everything and then I'll rewrite that. So dollar, and I'll say x right arrow, and then here I'll just bring my square brackets. So /text below. All right, so that's how we are going to do it. Now it's important to know that if you want just the subscripts, aka below, then in that case, in addition to the square brackets, you just have to bring an empty curly bracket. All right, to let LaTeX know that you only want a subscript. All right, so this is how it's going to be, just an empty curly bracket, and then you run it. So this one will give us only the subscript. So let's run this. Okay, so now we have it here. All right, so that's how it's done. We can zoom in. Now you see it here below. So that's how we create a LaTeX document that has a right arrow with some information or with some characters above or below or both. All right, that's how we do it. We also need to look at another example. So let's look at the next one. Now, in addition to the single right arrow, sometimes you may want this, you may want a double arrow like this. All right, so LaTeX also LaTeX allows you to also create this kind of design. So we are going to quickly look at that, and then you can just experiment. So if you want an arrow with the double lines like this, then in that case, there's only one thing you need to do. All right, so here I'm just going to just clear. I'll just do a copy and paste. The only thing you have to do is to just change the R here to an uppercase, and then all other commands holds. All right, just change the R to R, and then you are going to get that design. All right, so like what we have here. So if you want something above to, of course, all that you have to do is to just say above, add it. It's text So slash text, and then you add it, and then you have it above and below. You could also add your actual math formulas and equations. That also works. So this is just the basics, and once you have this, you can expand it, modify it to suit what you want. So this is the end for the tutorial, and I'll see you in the next session.